this your favourite US Open course?
No, I mean, I love Pinehurst,
So what's wrong with this one?
there's nothing wrong with this one. There's nothing wrong with any golf course at its basis. When did I ever say there was anything wrong with Oakmont?
Well,
when did the words escape my lips of, oh, I don't like Oakmont?
Just now. And I'm going to clip it so that it sounds like you said it.
Jeez. I mean, I think a lot of people would benchmark this as, it's not the home of the US Open, but I think when a lot of people think of a US Open course, it is Oakmont that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Because it's hosted a lot of major championships. It's a very tough venue, which the US Open is synonymous with. And it's often referred to as the gold standard US Open golf. It's not actually the longest course in the world. It's 7,300 yards, but it's more...
Short knocker.
It's still very long.
Well, we'll put it this way. The course I'm playing for the PGA Champs this week is only 100 yards short.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
But is it past 70?
And it's not Oakmont, I can tell you that.
It's not
the
thick rough.
rough is not 5-inch thick.
Good.
The rough, it's always the case, like when you get before US Open, it's always like, oh, look at the rough, look at the greens, whatever it's going to be.
We've all seen the videos.
Yeah. Well done, everyone.
The rough is very, very, very thick. It's just so dense. Like, that's what kind of gets me. It looks like you could lie on it and just like drift off to sleep.
Have you seen Ben Griffin's videos of the rough? Mm-hmm. Those have made me die because he uses a max fly. So he's chucking it in and all the comments is just like, yep, that's where I'd find a max fly. Yeah, that's right.
Precept. Yeah.
Oh, Ben.
Fair play. He's playing very well with a max fly.
Yeah.
It's honestly, Anyway, sorry.
I think have you watched Bryson's video?
Yeah,
when he was there
yeah.
as well. I mean, obviously Bryson's a little bit of a different animal as far as like strength and power when it comes to the rough. With the rough, it looks like it is very penal, but it does look like you can get it back out, even if it is just wedging it back into the fairway. The greens look interesting.
Yeah.
So it's one of the oldest courses in the US, but it's gone under a restoration by Gil Hands. Mm-hmm. And he is taking it back to its roots, which is a very fashionable thing to do, you'd probably say, at the moment with golf courses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's taken out pretty much every single oak tree that was there.
Have you seen them before on
So
the
it's
after photo?
It's just Mont.
It's just Mont. Yeah.
Nice. Well done.
And
Come out that yourself?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Oh. And it's kind of weird. It is kind of weird.
It does look like it's like a weird barren wasteland with no trees where they were just like, here's some holes.
I mean, I think taking trees out is something which, if it's at a golf club and you're a member of a golf club, whenever a greenkeeper suggests taking trees out, there's always uproar. People hate taking trees out. But generally speaking, taking trees out, as long as it's not crazy at most golf courses, is good. Because it kind of helps air circulation, it helps drainage, all the rest of it. But to take out every single tree, effectively from a golf course that has a tree in its name, is striking.
And as a lover of standalone trees, you must be just...
They had so many options just to leave a few trees.
Just a couple.
Just a couple, yeah, exactly. Like, you just leave them at 150 yards for a marker.
That tree could have become like really synonymous with Oakmont, like just a singular oak that was just next to the fifth or something that everyone knew that was... And they got rid of them all.
Now the logo of Oakmont is just going to be like a blank space.
It's just a stump.
It's that tumbleweed.
Chopped off.
It's just Mont and then a few bunkers. Got the church few bunkers.
They actually haven't even removed the oak. They've just scribbled over it.
Yeah. So anyway, but it looks like a very striking golf course. I didn't realise it's got a road running underneath it as well.
That was cool. Yeah.
There's an aerial, I don't know which, it might even have been the fried egg video, but there's an aerial clip and there's a green and then there's probably about 10 yards and then there's a motorway.
There's the 11th tee, the new back 11th tee is basically the wall is blocking off the motorway behind it.
No way.
That's where they put it all the way back,
Yeah. And then there's like this...
And then goes underneath, yeah.
It's quite weird because with Bryson's video, I was watching it and we're up in Scotland, I was doing some stretching and just like, it was on in the background. It was one of those where I looked at it, did a bit of a stretch and was like...
Huh?
They look like they're coming towards you, didn't they?
I must have not seen that right. So kind of rewound it. So no, there's a road under the course. It's like, right, okay, fair enough. So there's that.
There is.
And I mean, I am, as we all know from Didsbury, I'm not a huge fan of a golf course next to a motorway. So Oakmont is just the Didsbury.
Wow.
Of
Clip
the US.
that.
That's a clip. Could you say that more clearly into the camera?
A bit longer with thicker rough. That's
Basically the same thing.
all it is, yeah.
Yeah.
5 inches. And there's with the rough as well, there's no first cut.
Yeah, because that's the only difference. Because 2016, there was a little bit of a
slow down zone.
A slowdown zone, exactly. Yeah, I watched the fried egg video, and then I watched all of Dustin Johnson's televised shots from the final round in 2016, and that was
so many.
Two of the things I took away from it was one that the first cut was there was something, and two, I don't think I've watched a round of golf where I've seen so many putts from within 3 foot break so much. Yeah. There was so many putts that he was, where naturally a player would just rock up and tap in. So many breaking hard around the hole. And that's the thing I'd take, like the greens there look interesting and quick.
Yeah, you have to
Real
be
quick.
you have to be in the right place, otherwise you're just putting yourself in big 3-putt territory.
And I think some of the yardage of the holes don't necessarily play out, because when you look at, I know obviously they hit it so far now, but when there's these sort of 470 par 4s, but they play big downhill, things like that. I think the 10th maybe is a big downhill hole, but then you're hitting to a green that's also then fading away, and you're hitting off. And that was one of the takeaways from the fried egg videos. They were saying about it's kind of on lots of slopes and lots of, not many kind of flat lies, and you're either hitting down or up, and it's just really tricky to kind of hit wedges into greens, because it's a lot of feel and a lot of technique that goes behind it, opening the face, closing the face. So it's going to take a lot to win round there this week.
It also has a 301 yard par 3.
Well, yeah.
Now, no matter how you phrase it, that's a long par 3. Which, for me, is
disgusting.
Is stupid.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Hate long par 3s, especially something like that. That's just ridiculous.